This is Tom Pritscher from the series Secrets of a Meta-Hermeneutical Master. Talked about very, very deep topics. We talked about the difference between reality and truth, which is the basis of healing, the basis of psychotherapy, the basis of philosophy, the basis of so many things. But what else? Oh, and then we talked about radical non-duality, invisibility. Amo ergo sum was the last series. I think they were on the series number 20, ABC, maybe A, B, C, and D. I don't remember. But they all lead toward this one, death, the ultimate meditation. Because it's something that's going to happen to all of us, and I've had several inquiries lately, stuff like what happens when we die, and stuff like a good friend of mine called me and told me about her friend that's dying and how she's totally in denial and so fearful of death, and she said, well, what should I tell her? And I said, well, just tell her that death is, birth and death are the most beautiful things that are ever going to happen to you in your life, so make it a good trip. And it's the ultimate meditation, because what happens when you meditate? Your monkey mind, you could call it. Remember how you talk about the big bubble, and when you're lost in the big bubble, you're being controlled by things. Now, so in meditation you deepen your level of consciousness, and the outer, more superficial things don't control us anymore. And when they don't control us, we have a deeper level of consciousness and we experience them. And how we go deeper in meditation is to, through the senses usually, and when you're in a very deep meditation, you're in that state. Actually, I was going to make a joke and say I'm in bliss right now, but that might give you a clue as to my location. And so I am in bliss right now, and in a very beautiful surroundings. And I hope the sound is coming out okay. But and I hope the sunglasses are cool, you know, because it's sunny out here, and you need sunglasses. And I hope the reflection on the water and the sound of the water all adds to the ambiance, because the most beautiful experience you're ever going to have in your life, or it has the potential, is the moment of death. And so deepening your level of consciousness, the senses fall away. Yeah, when you go deeper, you become more sensually alive, more sentient, more aware, more clear. But after you go deeper, you know the joke about the Zen master that goes in. This is an old joke. A lot of people have heard this, but I think it's funny. What did the Zen master say to the hot dog vendor? He said, "Make me one with everything." And that's what happens when you meditate. Is your senses fall away. Actually, you go beyond the senses, beyond your limited conditioned body, and into that realm of presence or pure spirituality. And we meditate to deepen our level of consciousness, but to die to what your mind makes up about things. Remember I talked about the difference between reality and truth? Reality, that's your made up reality, right? Because of the tears in the fabric of your being. And it's really not real. You think it's real because your mind has made up so many things over the years to fill those tears in the fabric of your being, and you identify with that false self that's not real because it's made up. It's your illusory self. And so there is truth, and the truth, your true nature, is presence. And when you meditate and you go very deep in meditation, the senses fall away, and in a sense, like the Zen master, make me one with everything. you become one with everything. You know, it's your whole, you realize who you are, you realize that presence, that you are that presence, and everybody else is too. I know that you are that presence. I know that I am that presence. I know that everybody is that presence. And I think what we're going toward is not the fear of death or the denial of death, but first we want to get strong so we can die to our illusory self, so we can die to what our mind has made up. Remember in the big bubble, all the fear, remember what I talked about in quantum physics and creating your reality, how when you're up in the big bubble, say fear, you're creating more fear, you're bringing more fear into the world. But at the deeper levels where the bubble is smaller, you bring into the world and create for your reality the attributes that are at the deeper level. And that's a very beautiful process, because we keep on going deeper and deeper and deeper until we become more in contact with truth, as opposed to the reality, the false reality that our mind has made up. And that whole process is so beautiful. So in a sense, what we're going toward is when we drop the body, it's going to happen to everybody, what's there? That's part of the question. Now, this series on Death, the Ultimate Meditation, is going to be a little bit longer than some of the other series. And like I said, my approach is like we just scraped the surface with so many deep but beautiful topics, and now we're going to go deeper. But one of the depths and one of the greatest secrets, remember how I said that there are no secrets? That you have to put it together for yourself. Nobody can tell you a secret. Remember how I said, one, because they're beyond words, and two is because it's inside of yourself. Remember, where am I? I am appearing in your consciousness. Here I am. I'm not in your TV set. I'm appearing in your consciousness. Everything is. So, with the process of deep meditation and that process of dying, actually, because what happens when you die? When you die, your senses fall away. You go beyond pain. Your physical senses fall away. Maybe sound. Well, sound's one of the later ones, and smell. But your hearing may go, your sight may go, your bodily functions go, even the sensation of pain goes. And you keep on denying that, not denying, getting rid of your false reality until there's just truth there. And then you're ready for anything. You're ready for making the great transition. So death is the great transition, and it is the ultimate meditation, because, okay, it's going to happen to all of us, and are we ready for it? Are we going to have a good trip? Well, what I mean by a good trip is when you're there with awareness as a meditation, when your senses fall away, when your physical sensations fall away, when your sight, hearing, smell, taste, appetite, desire, all these things fall away, and these are the things that we identify with and who we think we are, and that's our made-up reality. And the truth emerges more and more. And the truth is that you are that presence, I am that presence, and when all the illusions fall away, there's presence there. So what I'm suggesting here is, at that moment of death, and why it's important to prepare for that is that's the ultimate meditation. We be there right in the moment when these things fall away, when our senses fall away, because that's what meditation is about too. And then we become like the Zen master. What did he say, the hot dog vendor? Make me one with everything. That is the reality. That's non-duality. Remember I mentioned the job has been done. The job has always been done. And you know what that means. That's that non-duality. And in different religions and different spiritual traditions and practices, that emerges in different ways. So